bullying my son. So after parents' evening the other night, I was fuming. I found out that my son has been wagging it, truanting, not going in. I've been sending him every bleeding morning and he's not been going. Now, I can be angry at him, but not for too long because I used to bleed and do it. I was never in, but back in the day, they never used to check. They only used to comment when they saw you again. They never tell your mum or your dad. I hated school. Back in the day, the teachers used to hit you, but not me. It happened once. It never happened again. I told my mum and she went in. I never saw what happened, but I can kind of figure it out because the teacher was crying. So let's just say she never laid her hands on me again. Anyway, my mum caught me once wagging it and she slapped the shit out of me, so I never did it again. But this time, Callum's saying he's being bullied by one of his English teachers. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Discipline him, but bullying him? No. One thing you're not going to do is bully my son. You're an adult. Calling him names in front of the class or something, he was saying. One of them being Nancy boy or something like that. I was raring to go in, but then I realised it's Saturday the next day, so I had to wait a whole weekend. Can you imagine what that's like? I was literally shaking every day. First thing Monday morning, I get up on time and I march him to that bleeding school. Callum's grabbing me and going, look mum, leave it. I says, no Callum, no. I says, one thing I'm not going to do is have you scared to go to bleeding school. I'm not going to cause a scene. I'm just going to tell him not to call your names, and if he needs to discipline you, then so be it. All of that, total lie. Wait till I see him. If I need to cause a scene, I will. But I didn't want to panic Callum, because he does panic. I got to the school and Callum shows me where his classroom is. Luckily, his form hadn't arrived yet. Perfect. In front of me is this small podgy bloke with the worst toupee I've ever seen. I mean, it was horrible. It looked like it had been burnt. I goes, are you Mr. Pollard? He doesn't even look at me. He goes, yes. Instantly, I've got my back up. I go, I'm Callum MacCormack's mum. He goes, oh yes, the one that's never in. I says, oh yes, the one that's never in. Because of you. He finally looks at me and goes, because of me? I says, yeah, because of you. You're the reason he doesn't want to come into school. Because you keep picking on him, calling him names in front of his class like Nancy boy or dumb. He goes, your son is disrupted. I says, well, discipline him then. That's all you need to do. Or if he's that disruptive, call me. Basically, do your job. He rolls his eyes and says, listen you, if you don't stop belittling my son, I'm going to shove that roadkill on your head so far down your throat, you'll be shitting follicles for the rest of the month. Do you hear me? And after that, then I'll go to the headmistress and tell her exactly what you've been saying to my son. Do you understand me? Honestly, it took every last bit of me not to swing, but I'm a new woman now. I know I shouldn't have threatened him, but let me tell you, I could have done a lot worse. When it comes to my kids, I don't mess around. I hate bullies anyway, especially adult ones. And if he goes to the headmistress and tells them what I've said, I'll tell her exactly what he said. Any mum would have done the same. So if you ask me, he got off lightly. I need a wee.